Hey everybody, this is Lavender Rose. Just wanted to show you, I'm still quilting. What I did was, instead of putting it on a rack, I used these pins. I laid out the bottom material, the batting, and then actually I laid the thing I put together down first, and then the cotting batting, and then the backing to it. And I went around pinning it with 2 pins on each square to hold it in place. Instead of putting it on a frame, I'm quilting it here on this table. With the pins being in there, you can move it around, you can do whatever you need to do to it, and you don't have to have a frame to work on it. It works perfectly this way. It keeps it all in like it's supposed to be, and it keeps it from coming apart or whatever before you get it all quilted. Anyway, I got this quilted. I decided to use a little leaf pattern and a square on the other square because, to be sure, I think it said like every 4 inches it needed to be done, need to be quilted, so I just went ahead and done those. Now this is another quilt that I have finished. This one is totally done, and it's another quilt. I thought this would be cool to have it for like the winter time, have the pretty red colors and stuff out on the bed. And so I finished it up. I love quilting. I really do. I have really got into it, really enjoy it. It's a lot of work. I still enjoy it. This one has like leaves, outdoor stuff, things like that, all kinds of leaf patterns, like your pine cones, pine needles, things like that. There's your pine needle things, and all kinds of leaves. It's just, it's kind of a beautiful, beautiful quilt. I can't wait till I get it done. But anyway, these safety pins, they are the best. They're quilting pins, they're called. Quilting safety pins, and if you put 2 in, on each one of these like that, I had them in all of them, it keeps it all together, so you can go ahead and quilt, and you don't have to have it on the frame. You can do it on a tabletop and just roll it where you need it to be, or fold it, or whatever, and do your stitching, and then, hey, you got it done, and you don't have to have a large room. You don't have to put up your quilting frame and move it back and forth, and oh geez, it was just a headache. Excuse me. And but to be able to lay it on the tabletop, sit here in my comfortable chair, and to quilt like that, it's been amazing. Like I said, I did this one the same way, and it worked out really good. It's I can't say enough about these pins. I am, in love with them. Because you can quilt and not have it on a frame. The frame was too big, our place is too small, and I had to take it down every time, the grandkids were coming over or whatever. And it was just a nuisance, and I figured out, okay, this is where I'm going to do it. I can put down my pieced quilt top on the bottom, put your batting down, and then put what you're going to back it with, which is that. And then while it's laying on that table, go through and pin 2 pins in each of these squares, or about 4 inches apart from each other, to hold it. And that way you can pick it up, you can move it, you can do anything to it. I mean, within reason, but I mean, you can, if you want to use the table for something else, you can just move it off. You can bring it back whenever you want to work on it. And like I said, I love quilting, and that's what I like to do. And I'm hoping this helps somebody, that goes, well, I can't have a big frame up, or I don't have a big frame. That's fine. I used 2 tables. One was a fold-up table and my eating table to put my material down on, the ones I had pieced together. And then I threw the quilting batting on top of that, and then I put my backing on top of that. Then before I moved it, I went around pinning the stuff. Matter of fact, I think what I did on this one, I laid the batting down, the backing first, then the batting, and then my pieced quilt top on top because I wanted to be able to see the squares and know where I was at in the squares. I wanted each one of these squares pinned down to where they'd be able to work around them, do the stitching and all that while the pins are there and you don't have to worry about it moving. It's worked out very well, and I hope that helps somebody else so you can get you quilting too, because it's something that's amazing. I love to do. I sewed the quilt pieces on the machine, and then I've hand quilted all these quilts. And yeah, it takes time, but they look so beautiful when you get done. I mean, I just love a quilt. I don't know why. They just fascinate me so much, but I love them. And, you know, I was having such a hard time moving back and forth between having the big frame up and everything and having to take it back down. It was just totally a nuisance. So do this. You usually get these. You can get these from Walmart. They're called quilting pins. They're where the quilting, the sewing stuff is. Get these and use them. And I tried to get a good amount of material in there, as you can see. Pin it all down like that. You can roll it up, you can unroll it, you can, you know, sew, stitch where you need to stitch, and move it when you need to move it. It's just such a better way to do it. So if you've been thinking about quilting, you think, oh, I don't have the frame, you know, what am I going to do? Do this. Put your backing down, put your batting down, put your top down so you can see where your stuff is, and then pin it pretty close. On this one, like I said, I'd done some of that's already done. Right here. I pinned each square with at least 2 pins, each square. And that held it in place, and, you know, then there's not much in between where you haven't, you know, don't have pins, so it's not going to move. It holds steady. It's wonderful. So I hope you'll quilt. Think about quilting, and you can do such beautiful pieces. Mine, I like to do what I like in a quilt. And I try to do some kind of a theme, either a color or, you know, like this is leaves. This is just gorgeous trees outside. The one I'm doing it for loves the outdoors, and I think this will just be perfect. And as you can see, the patterns are just, they're gorgeous. They're just gorgeous. All right, this is Lavender Rose saying thank you for coming by to see me. I'm still, this granny's still quilting. And will be for a while until I can't do it anymore. But, excuse me, my allergies are bothering me so bad. Anyway, so I hope this helps you to figure out, hey, I can do this too. And you can. Anybody can do this. Just it takes a little time. And then you have such a gorgeous quilt when you get done. So thanks for watching. I'll give you another look at that one that I did. As you can see, it turned out really, really beautiful. And this one's going to be so pretty too, because it's got such beautiful colors in it. So go ahead and get you some material and ask some of your family. They probably have material they won't even use that they can donate to you if you can't just go out and buy a whole bunch of material. You can do that. Or maybe check Goodwill's when everything opens back up. A lot of times they have quilt material or have material that you can use for quilt or whatever. I think Walmart got rid of our sewing department, so a lot of the material was marked down. That would have been a good place to start. But since I already had materials for this quilt, I went ahead and kept it. Alright, I'll say bye for now. Come back to see me. I hope this informed you a little bit on how you can do it so you don't have to have a big frame up. This works great. It holds everything in place till you can get it quilted. And you can have it on a table. You know, you can fold it back up and put it up and in case you get tired of it and don't want to work on it for a while, or if you've got just something else you got to do. So this works out great. Alright, Lavender Rose saying bye for now. Please like, subscribe, come back to see me. And keep quilting. I quilt, I garden, I just do all kinds of things. I stay busy. And I think that's helps you when you can keep busy like that. Alright, bye-bye for now. Thanks for coming by. Grab your coffee and get you something to drink. Sit back and enjoy. Of course, by this you've already watched it, but yeah, I always have some kind of coffee or some kind of a drink. Right now it's getting hot here, so iced tea sounds really good. Alright, bye-bye for now.